How you doing, people? I'm back again with a message of encouragement, a message of hope, and a message of faith. Faith in Yeshua, faith in yourself, faith in the victory that we have been assured as long as we keep fighting. Don't sell out for these material things. These material things only last for a moment. And then you got to go and run around and try to search for some more for happiness. It's akin to being an addict, whether it's an addict of drugs, an addict of sex, an addict of food, an addict of pleasure. You don't want to be an addict. You don't want to be addicted to nothing but food, air, and water. Not addicted to other people, needing their company, needing their assurance, needing them to validate you. You validate yourself by what you do, what you contributing to society, to your family, to yourself. This is what really matters. Not a dollar bill. We created the dollar. So how can a dollar be more than a person? You know, there's a few things I want to discuss about religion. If you look at that word religion, it comes from the Greek word religio, and it means to hold back. And something I want to tell you about religions is that they were created by high up beings in order to steal worship from the one true living creator. They created us all. And the thing is, deception is one of the enemy's major tools. He uses deception and desire to gain people's attention and servitude. And like it says, the devil will appear as an angel of light. The reason why is because if the devil showed you his true colors, if evil showed you its true colors, you would run as far as your feet could from it. But he doesn't do that. He appears as the opposite. And as he coils you in, he wraps his coils around you, then toward the very end you find out that you haven't been serving God, but the opposite. And a lot of times it's too late because you're just about to get swallowed up when he reveals what he truly is. And that's all around the board, y'all. That's what his people are like that. They're one of the tactics that's used by his people. And we have to be mindful. We have to be aware of this so we can avoid it. We can shun it away so we can live another day. Now, deception is part of his main arsenal. He deceives people into serving him due to the gain they get from this servitude. Their desires are being fulfilled, so they continue to serve. But little do they know, they're not serving the God. They're serving themselves. And because of that servitude grants their desires, they keep on serving. So desire is one of his other tools. With these two tools, deception and servitude, he has amassed so many people to serve him doing evil. And a lot of them is under the disguise, under the deception that they're serving God. We're all one family, y'all. It's called the family of man. And all these different races that you see is really a combination of one race split into many. The devil divides and conquers. That's one of his main tactics. And as you can see, man has been divided into many fractions. And then they've been put against each other to fight each other and kill each other. They've been given the perception that it's us against them, when it's not. The us you fighting is your own people, your own family. But you've been bamboozled, fooled, deceived. It's in a lot of the religions. That's why you see other religions fighting, going to war, killing each other in the pretense, in the belief that God tells them to do this. God is within you. He's in the sky, he's in everything, but he's in you. His temple is in you. And you could talk to him. But you can't talk with the world and then come and talk to God and be loyal. God demands loyalty. And if you're not loyal to yourself, who can you be loyal to? Your loyalty, you don't have none. Really. You don't. So basically what I'm trying to say, y'all, is religion's a good place to start when you don't know. But as you get to know things, you'll find out that religion is a stepping stone. And a lot of it was created by other beings to control other beings. But the Almighty knew this. And he made plans to turn evil into good. That's what he does. That's what we do. A lot of the people that lives that I came into, they didn't know who or what I was. If they was true and right, their lives would have been very beautiful. Things would have just came up for them. There's many of us that sent out to help humanity, and some of us come to the ones that need it the most, the ones that's heading toward the furnace. And believe me, there is a furnace, y'all. Even though you don't believe it, and a lot of people don't believe the loving, beautiful God could make hell. That don't exist. No, it can't exist. Well, if you knew God's anger, if you knew his wrath, well, it resides in a place called hell. And that's for people that's traitors. You deny your own self. You deny what is good. You have no loyalty. You have no compassion. Really, you're an empty vessel that's home for thousands, even millions of demonic spirits. Let me tell you, there's many planes of existence, and each of them are set in their plane. They have to stay there. The only way they can come to other beings' plane is through permission. Now, it's part of the law that God made for things to work in order. Now, who's to say the lower realms are better than the higher realms or whatever? But it's just made that way. That's the way it's made. Demons have their place, humans have their place, gods have their place, celestials have theirs, elemental have theirs. It's a host of living entities that God created, so many that we can't count. And there's many planes of existence, many universes. The universe is one. There's many. There's dimensions. There's a lot of stuff, man, that we just hear. And it's that much. But basically what I'm trying to say is that a lot of people have given permission for the lower realms, the lower entities, to dwell in the higher entities, in the higher realms, due to their lack of knowledge, through to uncontrolled desires, due to deception. And the deceiver is here, and he's deceived damn near the whole world. But like I was saying, when I came to these people, into their lives, it was to pull them out of death, destruction, to pull them from the devil's hands. But what they did was they tried to slay me. They tried to strip me of all of my valuables and to leave me dead in the street. When I came with gifts to help, instead they looked to rob me and kill me. Yahshua, Jesus, is a prime example of what so-called man does when he's under the spell, under the deception of the enemy. And the deception is the desire for riches, which is called mammon. Mammon is a real demon. And mammon was my karmic's mother nickname. Everything happens for a reason. Everything has a name. And in that name, it tells who and what that person is. When your spiritual eyes are open and you can see, God is talking to you. When you don't have them, you're a blind cattle, moving whichever way the master tells you to go, even if it's into the slaughterhouse. I was in the slaughterhouse and I looked into the eyes of one of the chickens, and I could see that chicken knew he was dying, and he knew he was being wronged, and there's nothing he could have done about it, because the people that was in charge of him was corrupt. They was bloodthirsty for his flesh. And nothing that you could say to them would stop them from killing that chicken, because they had a lust, a taste, a desire for its flesh. A lot of us is like that on this planet. And this is something we need to abolish. We need to destroy. We need to terminate. You have beings that have the lust of flesh, so they attack and victimize children. They victimize and attack each other due to their lust of flesh. You have people with the lust and desire for riches that attack their brothers and sisters, their mothers and fathers, for riches, for money. These are things we need to cleanse ourselves of, clean ourselves off from all this dirt we gathered up through the centuries. And the way this is done is through decisions. Your decisions dictate how you will live, how your family will live, how your neighborhood is going to be, how the government is going to treat you. Your decisions are very important. And if you could look around the world, you could see that we've been making bad decisions. We look at our broken families. We look at our broken neighborhoods. We look at the broken relationships. We look at the broken government policies. And all this is from an accumulated time of making bad decisions. Decisions are short term. They want short term gratification and they sacrifice the long term. They make decisions that would gratify themselves and be bad for others. And with years, decades, hundreds of years of making these type of decisions, this is what the world has turned into being. And we don't have the devil to blame. We don't have God to blame. We have ourselves to blame for being ignorant, for being short-range thinking. This is the real deal. A lot of people down the devil like I used to. But when you look at the terms good and evil, they need each other. Each one gives a definition to the other. Soon it'll come a time where the definition is made and the split is made. And people who chose good will go to the good, evil go to the evil. But the devil's main purpose is to deceive you. But you have the knowledge and the intuition to know better. But our desires make us throw that to the side. And we make these bad decisions that gives us immediate gratification. And we suffer long-term degradation or degradation. Now to say this, people, the devil is a tempter. You don't have to take his offer. Because you took his offer, you gained him access to come up here into our beautiful paradise that God made for us and spoil it, corrupt it. You made the decision. You took the bait. Each and every one of us. None of us is innocent, all right? We're all guilty. But through Christ, we have a chance to gain back our innocence. Till next time.